This time of year, with the holidays approaching, most of us are spending time thinking about getting those last minute Christmas gifts, trying to think what to get everybody for Christmas, what we're going to have for Christmas dinner, what family we're getting together with. It's a really busy and hectic time of year. With this time of year and all the extra activity, that also means there's a lot more opportunity for the bad guys out there. They're not looking to celebrate the holidays, or if they are, they're looking to do it at your expense. So there are a few things in particular this time of year to think about. There's 12 particular crimes which, more than some of the rest of the year, you are exposed to at Christmas time. So on behalf of the security department, just wanted to talk a little bit about each one of those and how to avoid becoming a victim. The first group that we want to talk about are robbery, vehicle break-ins, and thefts. Each one is actually very different. Robbery involves the use of force to take something from you. That's usually going to be by physically pushing you down or attacking you or using a weapon to threaten you. Vehicle break-ins and thefts are both crimes that happen when you're not present. However, there are definitely some similarities. Willie Sutton was a bank robber back in the 30s, and he is credited with saying, when asked why he robbed banks, that he did so because that's where the money was. And that's what robbers are looking for. They want to make sure that they are getting something for their crime. And that goes for the vehicle break-in and thefts as well. It may be good advertising, on TV, but it's definitely not something you want to be able to have a crook say, "Oh, he went to Jared's." Certainly, advertising expensive gifts is not going to be helpful. So remember to keep all valuables out of sight. If you're walking to or from your car, you're going to have bags, obviously. But if you are leaving things in your car, put them in the trunk and don't put them in your car and return back to the mall. Somebody could be watching the parking lot. So along those lines, stay alert to your surroundings. Be alert to anybody lurking in the area, whether you're walking to your car to go home, carrying your bags, or you're going to your car to put stuff in the away in the trunk or whatever in the car. And last, it's easy when we're shopping to leave items sitting behind while we get distracted and walk just a short distance away. Make sure that you never leave items unattended. Identity theft is something that can happen at any time throughout the year, but just like with all the other activities, as we're out and about a little bit more and doing more shopping than normal, it is a little bit easier to become a victim of identity theft. Sometimes it may be through absolutely no fault of your own. You may have had a credit card number stolen through an online merchant that you've worked with and not even have been directly involved in it, may not even be aware of that until you see some false charges showing up on your statement. One of the things that identity thieves can do is hang out near you, and with cell phones and some of the cameras now available on cell phones, it's really easy for them to pretend to be texting and actually be able to videotape your credit card numbers as you're making a purchase. So be sure to pay attention to anyone hanging around you. And maybe even if you're in a coffee shop, they can try to use a camera to record your password as you're doing online banking. Another thing that's been around for a long time is phishing. And that's the case where you'll get an email that looks like it's from a legitimate business, maybe one that you do business with, but it's actually redirecting you to a fake website, and they're going to ask you for personal information, account passwords, credit card numbers, maybe personal information like your social security number. Some of them are actually getting pretty sophisticated and are almost believable. I've had a couple recently. One was from Amazon, and it looked like a legitimate thing, and it happened to be right after I had made a purchase on Amazon. The only thing that really got me suspicious immediately was that it went to a different email account than what I normally use for my online shopping. So that alerted me to a possible problem. One of the best ways to deal with these is either to find a direct contact number for a company on your own and then call directly, or if you even wait a few days, if it's a phishing website, those are usually taken down after 2 or 3 days because they just can't stay up once people start realizing that it's a fraud. Always be careful that the link you're clicking on is actually the one that it says. It might say go to Amazon.com, for example, but it'll redirect you to something else, usually with a lot of other characters in it, some really kind of strange looking website name. Often just hovering the mouse over that link is enough to show you where you're going. Big thing with all of these kind of situations is to really pay attention to your statements and report problems right away. If you report suspected identity theft quickly, your liability is limited. With credit cards, you could be out of pocket at a maximum of $50, and most of them won't even charge that if you report it within, it varies from account to account, but usually within 10 days of finding a problem. Nothing can ruin your holidays more than having your home burglarized while you're on a family vacation or out of town or even just out for the evening. Crooks know that this is, again, a busy time of year and people are going to be out doing things. And having Christmas lights, for example, that are off in your house dark is a huge invitation that nobody's home, and it's a good chance for that crook to get in there and get what he wants. He's also going to know that you may have a lot of presents under the tree already wrapped and ready to go, and a lot of them are going to be very valuable. So make sure you always make your home look like it's occupied. Have a timer for your Christmas lights. If you are going to be out of town, make sure a neighbor is shoveling your sidewalk if it snows, or even parking their car in your driveway on occasion or overnight. It helps give that appearance that somebody's there and cares for the property. Vehicle theft is another crime that can go up a little bit this time of year. Again, keeping it parked in a well-lit area, someplace with a high traffic, it's less likely to get stolen. And carjacking is, again, another risk. That's basically a robbery while you're in your car. A lot of times if you're pulling up at a stoplight, somebody may use that opportunity to jump in your car or hold you at gunpoint. So make sure that for all of these, you keep your doors locked at all times, and make sure that you keep valuables out of sight. And never, ever, ever leave your car running, whether you're running into a 7-Eleven, warming it up in the morning, or anything else. Make sure that you always have those car doors locked, and don't leave it unattended, and don't leave it running. And you'll have a lot safer holiday for that. Last thing I want to talk about is some of the potential stresses that come along with the holidays. It's a lot more risk for family violence or alcohol-related crime this time of year. A lot more holiday parties. People may be drinking a little bit too much eggnog. So when it comes to family violence, one of the things you really want to look at is past behavior. If you've had issues with somebody in the past where they've tried to get violent or they've disrupted family parties, kind of plan for that ahead of time. Involve some trusted family members. Come up with an action plan on how you can deal with it. Are you going to ask them to leave? Is there somebody that can take them home safely if somebody's drinking too much? Really kind of think about it. We've all been at parties where somebody's had too much to drink and maybe starts getting a little obnoxious. So just come up with a plan, especially if you have somebody that is prone to that. Out on the roads, again, there's a lot of DUIs out there. And with all the added stress of trying to get things done, there's road rage. So you really want to try to stay away from other cars on the road. Keep your distance. If somebody's tailgating you, pull over, let them pass. And make sure that you don't tailgate somebody else. You don't want to instigate something. If somebody is following you, drive to a well-populated area like a King Soopers or big grocery store that's operating 24/7, and look for a group of people around there. If you have to, use your cell phone to call 911 and make sure you arrange where you're going to meet them, and don't stop until you're in a safe spot if somebody is following you like that. For more crime prevention or security related information, please check out our website at businesskarate.com. If you would like to set up some customized training or coaching to help your business or organization deal with security issues, please send an email to eric@businesskarate.com. I'm Eric Smith, and I'm the creator of the blog at businesskarate.com. And I thank you for your attention today and hope that you have a very Merry Christmas.